after the attacks on the minorities, there has been so much said about this. Now, he has questioned the BJP and the BCCI. From within, there are voices coming in. So we'll get you those details as well. I want to start with what happened in the JNU once again, which is making news. Protests are part of any student life. Students are usually seen as anti-establishment, raising voice for all the issues, domestic, international. But there is a certain line that should not be crossed. Certain slogans that should not, in fact, be spoken about. After all, these protests are supposed to be non-violent. A political storm has now once again erupted in Delhi's JNU after a provocative anti-Prime Minister Modi slogans were allegedly raised on the campus. If you don't like the government, you don't like the policies, raise your voice. But making personal comments against the Prime Minister, wishing for ill for the Prime Minister of India, that is something that is not acceptable. The slogans were reportedly shouted during a protest at the Sabarmati hostel on January 5th, soon after the Supreme Court rejected the bail for Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam in the 2020 Delhi riots conspiracy. Remember, we questioned this. We questioned the logic against this, the legal grounds of this judgment as well yesterday on the program. But should this be acceptable, ladies and gentlemen? And this is not the first time that it has happened in JNU. I want to just show you, remember last time, a few years back in 2016, when the slogans were raised, some, media channels also, reported it wrongly, attributed some slogans which the students did not. But at that point of time also, there were certain slogans which were seen against India, which were raised. And now, once again, in 2025, in the Jawaharlal Nehru University, union-led protest. The organizers were, in fact, the left-leaning organizations. And now, once again, they are under a question mark about the kind of slogans, and especially personal slogans against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which were raised here at the JNU. I want you to take a look at this report, and then we'll discuss this further.
JNU at the center of a raging storm once again. After controversial and provocative slogans raised by a group of students on campus on Monday night. This after the JNU, SU and other left group students organized a protest after the Supreme Court on Monday denied bail to Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam in the Delhi riots case. Both are former students of JNU and have been in jail for the last 5 years for their alleged role in the Delhi riots in 2020. The slogans raised included references to the grave and PM Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah's name in what appeared to be a direct message of threat. Some office bearers of the left-controlled JNU Students' Union were reportedly present at the protest site.
Well, I'm just reporting outside Sabarmati Dhaba, and this was the very location where the controversial slogans were raised, and it was in between 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. where the controversial slogans were raised.
The BJP has hit out calling the students anti-national.
इन लोगों को कोई देश से, कोई संविधान से, कोई कानून से मतलब नहीं है। ये अलगाववादी लोग हैं। ये केवल और केवल देश को तोड़ने वाली बातें करते हैं।
ये कुछ लोग हैं जो आतंकवादियों के समर्थन में, नक्सलवादियों के समर्थन में, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के खिलाफ और ये जो दंगाइयों के समर्थन में नारे लगाते हैं, लेकिन इनके नारों से अब कुछ होने वाला नहीं है।
The opposition on the back foot seems divided and muted in condemnation.
विरोध करने का तरीका है, एक पॉलिटिकल लैंग्वेज है, इसको लिटरल मतलब नहीं कहते हैं।
व्यक्तिगत तौर पे तो मैं मुर्दाबाद के नारे का भी विरोधी हूँ और कई दफा आपके समक्ष कह चुका हूँ।
The ABVP unit at JNU is planning to file a police complaint over the slogans. The recent incident is a throwback to 2016 when JNU students allegedly raised Azadi slogans in support of the parliament attack convict Afzal Guru. The Qabar slogans have become a common occurrence at opposition protests of late. Recently, a Congress worker raised the same at the party's Ram Leela ground protest. The PM had earlier snapped back at such slogans.
जिनको देश ने नकार दिया है, जिन्हें देश अब स्वीकार करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, जो निराशा की गर्त में डूब चुके हैं, वो आजकल माला जपते हैं माला, और वो कह रहे हैं मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। लेकिन देश कह रहा है, हिंदुस्तान की आवाज कह रही है, हिंदुस्तान का हर कोना कह रहा है, मोदी तेरा कमल खिलेगा।
So, since when are these kind of slogans acceptable as far as protests are concerned? I want to very quickly go across at this moment to Shikha Swaraj, member of the ABVP in the JNU. I'm also joined by Vivek Srivastava from the CPI. Thank you so much to both of you for speaking to us. Vivek ji, like I said, students, of course, can raise their voice about anything. If they feel aggrieved, if the issue is domestic, international, it is their right to protest. But the protest also has certain limitations. Speaking about the Prime Minister, Qabr Khudegi, once again in the JNU, in the presence of the members of the governing body, that is crossing that line, isn't it?
No, it's not crossing the line. And 70 years in this country, every party, including the BJP or the Congress or the left or the Sapa or the BSP, effigy burning, putla jalana, nare lagana, it has always been there. Has the BJP not done it? Kitne putne jalaye hain, kitne prime minister, kitne chief minister, should I give you a list?
Putla jalana or qabr khodna, those are two different things, aren't they? I mean, let's talk about sense. Nobody is objecting to their protest, but the fact is that you can't speak about, you know, death or wish about the death of the Prime Minister of your country, whether you agree with him politically or not.
No. Please don't raise your voice. Listen to me now. If the BJP burns the effigy of a Prime Minister or a Chief Minister, what is that? Wishing for long life? It is just a political symbolism. And going into it that it is something personal is wrong. 5.5 years people have been in jail because of the laxity of the Delhi police. Today, the Supreme Court, when the verdict was given, the Supreme Court clearly said, if you do not submit and close your investigation within 1 year, the bail is assured. It is a slap on the Delhi police and the investigating authorities.
That's not what the Supreme Court has said. Go and read the judgment. That's not what the Supreme Court has said. They have only said they can apply after 1 year or if the deposition of the key witnesses take place. So please don't quote things out of context and try and make your point. You already are treading on a very, very, in fact, dangerous line here by in fact, condoning this. Nobody can condone these kind of messages, Mr. Srivastava. Sir, let me tell you one thing. Vivek Srivastava, hold on and listen to me one thing. Maybe you are used to going on channels where the whole mahal is that everybody speaks over each other. This is not that channel. I ask you a question, you respond, and then I respectfully go to the other guest. That is how we'll conduct this debate. This is not, in fact, a protest where you can go raise your voice and say whatever you want. You made your point. Let me get the other side of the view on this. Shikha Swaraj, this is just a political connotation. This is just a political connotation, says Mr. Vivek Srivastava. Jaise putla jalana, murdabad kehna for anybody is acceptable in the political parlance. He says this is also acceptable.
I hope I'm audible to you all. First of all, thanks for having me. And secondly, as he said, it is normal. It is not normal. Whosoever does this, it is not normal. Your language, the way you speak, what you speak decides a lot. There is a certain term called parliamentary language. आप उस चीज का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, and this is what describes you. अगर I have even during the introductory
Vivek, hold
remarks,
on. Whatever you have to say, you will have to say
Kindly
after the
not-
lady has spoken. Let's not speak over each other.
Please maintain some decency, sir. I would request you. Let me complete it first. During the introductory remarks, I said this is metaphorical. Don't take it literally. Why should we not? Who is speaking? This is a legitimate, elected representation of student union members who were present at last night during Sabarmati, the protest that happened last night. This is my hostel. Behind the back of this hostel, I've seen people shouting slogans who are completely violent in nature, inflammatory, who kind of produce a disharmony in society and within the minds of students. What are we preaching? What are we practicing? And here on the television.
Shikha, but then the question that I also want to ask you, in that same context, there are so many people, those who say such provocative things. Jati Narasimhanand has been, in fact, speaking about massacre of certain section. The other side will argue no action is taken against them, nothing happens to those people. You are going after JNU just to put up, tag and blame these students. Shikha, can you unmute yourself, please? Can you please unmute yourself, Shikha? We cannot hear you.
Now I think it is audible.
Yes, go ahead.
Now I think it is audible. So what I want to drag your attention towards is what they're saying about. At the very beginning, you said one line that there is very thin line of demarcation between by being against the state or against the government. What these students, or I would say left cadres over here, this is not entire JNU. I would like to clarify that. This is not entirely the entire population of JNU. This is just 5 to 7% of the population over here who are just activists inclined to different left-wing organizations in this campus who are running this propaganda and entirely responsible for defaming JNU since 2016.
Okay, let Vivek respond to what you're saying. Vivek, Vivek, the question is, and like I asked, then it will be the same thing. With what face will you go and speak about the provocative statements which are made by fringe elements or certain individuals? Then you you come out and make the argument that there is no action taken against them. If you condone this, then with what face will you in fact speak about that?
No, I believe we are going in for an exaggeration over here. Something wrong has happened with some people of the minority communities. Either the police should have submitted its report on time. It was delayed 4 to 5 years. I mean, here every media personnel and journalist from the right-wing side clearly says Omar Khalid is wrong because of this. And if it is such an open and shut case, why did the judiciary of this nation did not pronounce him guilty, sentence him to whatever punishment is due as per the Constitution?
Vivek, let's not get into that. We can talk about the merits of the case and why there has been a 5-year delay. The trial has to start in that case, but I am asking you about this whole propensity. Why unnecessary? You can protest. You are making a lot of noise about whatever you want. It is your right. But by making these statements, don't you think that the students also walk into this trap? There is labeling of the JNU only because some of them speak like that.
No, there's nothing wrong in what they've spoken. The Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country are the father figures of this nation. For you, me, and the students. When the Delhi's police, which reports to the Home Minister...
Who wants to then speak about Qabar Khudegi for their father figures? Who wants to say that?
Now. You are intervening, not letting me speak now, sir.
No, but I'm just asking you. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, but I'm just asking you. You are very right. You said they are father figures. Who wants to then Qabar Khudegi for their father figures?
When the father figures become unjust, when the father figures become unjust, when they start discriminating on the basis of religion, when deliberately for 4 to 5 years the Delhi police does not close the case and the Home Minister sleeps over it, what are the citizens supposed to do? And my constitution allows
protest, raise your voice, but then why are you wanting them dead? Why is this whole Qabar Khudegi nuance? That's the problem. That language cannot be condoned. And what it does is it takes away the genuine rights of the students to protest because the focus becomes on these limited slogans.
To cover up the laxity, the crime, the bad work of the police and the prosecuting agencies of this country. We are picking up 10 बच्चों की एक छोटी सी मिस्टेक, और मिस्टेक भी नहीं है क्योंकि इस मुल्क के अंदर पुतले जलाने और इस तरह के शब्दों का इस्तेमाल सब पार्टियों ने किया है। तो हम क्लीन चिट दे रहे हैं।
हम उसको ठीक मान लें। अगर वो ठीक नहीं है तो इसको ठीक मान लें। कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता नहीं है जो आप कह रहे हैं कि कुछ लोगों ने किया, कुछ लोगों ने ये करके सारा फोकस सिर्फ इसी स्लोगन पे कर दिया, उनका प्रोटेस्ट के राइट को कोई नहीं उस पे सवाल उठा रहा है। व्हाई शुड यू टेक दैट लैंग्वेज, दिस काइंड ऑफ लैंग्वेज?
आप उमर खालिद को जस्टिस दीजिए ना। Why don't you comment on the laxity of Delhi police? This is a wonderful channel. You are a great anchor. Why don't you, for a change, say that
because
yes,
Vivek,
Delhi
every
police
day I don't need to come and justify what I do in front of you. Yesterday you should have watched the show. We questioned the whole basis of the judgment. We questioned the legality and the basis on which it's standing. So please don't come and tell me why don't I do X, Y, Z, because I don't need to justify every day what I do with you. Or I just have a simple question to you. Is there a justification to these slogans?
Yeah. Yes, it is completely justified. Well, Kapil Mishra is out and Omar Khalid is in jail for 5.5 years. The students, वो बच्चे हैं.
Then let me ask you this again. Let me ask you this again. What Delhi's current law minister had said, a controversial statement. Vivek, hold on, listen to the question. What Delhi's law minister, Kapil Mishra, because you named him, what he had said in 2020 before the riots, a controversial statement. You don't condone that, right?
Yes.
You think that's a that's a statement that should be condemned by everybody?
I see. No.
If that is wrong, how does it make what these students have said right?
15 times parole. Gurmeet Ram Rahim has 15 times parole. And Mr. Omar Khalid,
you are changing the goalpost. I asked you, if you have, Vivek, it is double standards. It is hypocritical. If you don't think what Kapil Mishra said can be condoned, then there is no way what these students have said can be condoned.
No, there is a difference. Kapil Mishra is a seasoned politician, has been a minister, fighting elections, speaking for the ruling party. आप कहाँ बच्चों से किसको compare कर रहे हैं? कैसे कंपेयर कर रहे हैं?
These बच्चे are also learning the tricks of politics. Many of them have gone ahead and become politicians. So what is wrong? They are both citizens of India. The law is same for everybody. The law and morality is same for everybody. Vivek, come on.
सुनिए सर, मेरी पार्टी के खिलाफ, हमारे लोगों के खिलाफ अगर एबीवीपी के बच्चे कल नारे भी लगाएंगे, मैं सीरियस धाराएं उनके खिलाफ कभी लगने
वो आपकी मर्जी है सर, वो आपकी मर्जी है, पर उसका मतलब ये नहीं ना कि कोई कुछ भी बोलेगा और उसको कंडोन कर देगा. Shikha, let me ask you this then. While it is hypocritical on Vivek's part, it is also hypocritical on the part of the ABVP and those who are now saying that they will go and register an FIR against what these students have said. There have been multiple provocative speeches, nare, which have come from people, whether it is, from the BJP or others. No action has been taken against them.
Hello. Yes, sir. I completely agree. In contemporary political situation that we see around us, there are a lot of statements by seasoned politicians sometimes that we see which are very derogatory for us as students to see or hear in this campus, which are completely condemnable, and action must be taken. But what I see in this campus, what I see around me in this campus, when I hear they say, for example, in 2019 or 20, Bhagwa Jalega on the statue of Vivekananda, I've seen that in front of my eyes, people writing it down. I have seen communist cadres of this campus running behind us with the stones and pelleting stones on us. I've seen in this campus, I've faced that, been a victim of that. I've seen in this campus, and people like here, when I come on this debate and I see people like justifying it is normal. आपको लग रहा है कि ये आप वही statement दे रहे हैं कि बच्चे हैं, गलतियां हो जाती हैं. This is where you promote your student activists कि हाँ आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. आज today you start
at least I'm glad as a student, those of JNU, somebody who though may not agree with what the students have done, but Vivek, look at her, she's saying that she condemns the statements even if it is made by seasoned politicians, those who are also belonging from the BJP. You can also show some grace and in fact at least come to the fact that two wrongs don't make a right.
it is not about grace. It is not.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on, ma'am. Let Vivek respond. Hold on, let Vivek respond.
No. Is she ready to criticize Kapil Mishra today, right now, for his statements? And will she equate that Kapil Mishra should also have been, जिस तरीके से 5 साल
Can you say out?
Kapil Mishra का trial होना?
Sorry to interrupt in between. Can you say that chicken neck? The statement regarding chicken neck, cutting off chicken neck from India was a valid statement. Can you say that about Umar Khalid and Shardil Imam? Can you say that, sir?
गलत स्टेटमेंट है तो उसके लिए चार्जशीट फाइल करिए, इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग रिपोर्ट क्लोज करिए और जो सजा देनी है दीजिए, आप उसको पेंडिंग नहीं रख सकते।
I think this is the problem. The whole point is to go on a debate and make this kind of a television debate and just try and oppose everything, try and be on a contrary point just to in fact make those views. That doesn't work. The fact is that two wrongs don't make it right. Students have all the right to protest. But the kind of language that they've been speaking, that language cannot be condoned. And if anybody else does that, when you have a problem with people, those who like, you've been mentioning some examples here, if you have a problem with that, then you should have a problem with this. What it also does, it delegitimizes genuine concerns of the students, whether they are from left or right, because some of them stand and make these statements, which then in fact steal all the spotlight from the issues that they want to highlight. I'm sorry, I thought that today at least you would take a stand where you would condone this, but there is no way, Vivek, it's just not about getting some views or on Twitter and so forth. The fact is that there is a limit, there is a decency, right? There is some morality attached. If these students, if they are only learning from what they think that is wrong, and in that context you want to justify it, it's a very bleak future of politics that we are looking at, Vivek.
Sayyid Alisha Gilani came to Delhi University to give a lecture, and her super seniors in the ABVP, they gherawed. It was given the government permission, the police permission was there, the auditorium was barged into, beatings took place, attack on him happened, right? Should that be justified? It should not be justified. But then you have to see it from the perspective that these are not seasoned criminals. They are students of ABVP. They are students of the left.
Vivek, the fact is, I gave you enough opportunity, my friend, but I think you're just used to going on television channels and just taking a contrary view for the point of, clickbait or TRP or the views that will come on Twitter. That's not the point. The whole, my friend, with due respect and regard, nothing and nobody can be condoned speaking in this language. If we do not like others speaking in that way, at least have the gumption and the strength of the morality of your character to come out and condone this and then give me other examples of how everybody else is also wrong. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much to both of you for joining me. As I said, the focus should be on the issues. Students have all the right to go ahead, protest and raise their voice. But it has to be in certain limits of morality and decency. You can't go on speaking ill. You can't wish for somebody's death. That is something which is unacceptable. All right, I'm moving on to my other story this evening. After the condition of the minorities in Bangladesh, the growing anti-India sentiment in the country, and I've reported from this country for last 9 days. I spent 9 days there reporting from each and every case, from Deepu Das to Kokun Das. There was a lot of anger in the country. And the result of that anger was that Mustafizur Rahman, the player who was playing for Bangladeshi player who was playing for KKR, Shah Rukh Khan's team in the IPL, had to be dropped. The BCCI asked the franchise to drop it. Questions were raised about the whole controversy. And now the controversy continues to simmer. In the latest, in fact, Bangladesh has said that they won't play in India even with the security assurances that the BCCI and the government of India gives. Bangladesh says that they are hurt. They have appealed to the ICC to move the T20 World Cup out of India after Mustafizur Rahman was ruled out of the IPL by the BCCI. This under pressure, a lot of noise was made. Few people spoke against that as well. Keep cricket and relations separate. What was the BCCI doing when, for so long when this was happening? Was it just Shah Rukh Khan was a soft target? Now, as tensions between India and Bangladesh over the minorities being targeted in the neighboring country rise, there is going to be a lot of, in fact, questions that we'll see in the days to come. 18 days, 6 people have been killed in Bangladesh, Hindus, a woman gang raped. I've got you all those stories, ladies and gentlemen, here on NDTV. The BCCI now is also facing the flag for their decision over Mustafizur Rahman from a key BJP ally, the Janata Dal United. Former MP and senior leader of the JNU, Mr. KC Tyagi, has in fact questioned the whole stand of the BCCI and has also said that BCCI should have changed their stand after Bangladesh appointed a Hindu captain in their cricket team. Liton Das is going to lead the Bangladesh cricket team for the T20 World Cup. Let's listen into what Mr. KC Tyagi said.
कि खेल का यद्यपि राजनीति से कोई वास्ता नहीं होता है, लेकिन इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट में जो स्थिति बनी हुई है, खास तौर से पाकिस्तान के साथ और इस समय बांग्लादेश के साथ, वो तनावपूर्ण है। पाकिस्तान आयातित टेररिज्म के लिए दोषी है, तो वहाँ पे माइनॉरिटीज़ और पर्टिकुलरली हिंदूज़ के साथ जिस तरह की वारदातें हुई हैं, उससे भी इंडियन सोसाइटी टर्मोइल में। वो जब बांग्लादेश ने एक हिंदू को, मिस्टर दास को, लोटन दास शायद नाम है उनको, जब लिटन दास, तो जब उसको अपनी टीम का कैप्टन बना दिया है, तो ये इंडियन क्रिकेटर्स को और इंडियन सोसाइटी को भी रीथिंक करना चाहिए। ये बड़ा सवाल है, ये बड़ी बात है।
There is a long list of what has been happening as far as the BCCI is concerned with Bangladesh as well. I'll play out that information here on my big screen as well. And while that plays out, let me also introduce at this moment, in fact, KC Tyagi, senior JNU leader, former member of parliament. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us here on NDTV. सबसे पहले मैं आपसे समझना चाहता हूँ, ये बीजेपी, बीसीसीआई, सरकार सब एक बात कह रही हैं, केसी त्यागी जी को क्यों लगा कि उससे अलग कुछ बात, अलहदा बात एलाय हैं आप, करनी चाहिए?
नहीं, हम जिस संस्कृति में, जिस माहौल में राजनीति शुरू किए हैं, तो गांधी जी भी विभाजन के समर्थक नहीं थे और हमारे नेता थे डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया, जो बंटवारे के बाद भी चाहते थे भारत पाक का महासंघ बने। और ये भारतीय उस समय जो जनसंघ थी, उसके भी कई नेताओं ने ऐसे विचार रखे थे, चूँकि हमारी साझी संस्कृति थी, साझी हमारी सभ्यता थी, संस्कृत, फारसी, उर्दू, शास्त्रीय संगीत, सूफ़ी, ये सब ये थे, भक्ति और सूफ़ी परंपरा थी। लेकिन इन सारी चीज़ों को ख़राब करने का काम पाकिस्तान ने किया और इस समय उसी तर्ज पर, उसी तरह से बांग्लादेश की वर्तमान सरकार आंखों पे पट्टी बांधे हुए, माइनॉरिटी कहीं की भी हो, विश्व भर में हम तो तमाम विश्व की चिंता करने वाले गांधी जी के शिष्य हैं। हमें वियतनाम में भी दुख होता है, हमें वेनेजुएला में भी दुख होता है, हमें फ़िलिस्तीन पे भी दुख होता है, हमें क्यूबा पे भी दुख होता है, और बांग्लादेश में जब माइनॉरिटी के लोग मारे जाते हैं तो हमारी व्यथा भी उतनी है। और हिंदुस्तान, पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश के रिश्तों में इससे खराबी आती थी। हम तो ऐसा मानते हैं, नूरजहां पाकिस्तान की नहीं थी, भारतीय उपमहाद्वीप की थी। जब गाती थी तो हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान के दोनों के लोग सर को मस्ती से सुनते थे। इसी तरह से मोहम्मद रफ़ी और लता मंगेशकर की आवाज़ लाहौर और कराची में भी उसी शिद्दत के साथ महसूस की जाती थी।
बट केसी त्यागी जी, वो जमाना अलग हो गया सर। मैं अभी 9 दिन बिताकर आया हूं बांग्लादेश में, इतना एंटी इंडिया सेंटिमेंट वहां पर है, सरकार कुछ कर नहीं रही वहां की उसको चेक करने के लिए। स्ट्रीट पर प्रोटेस्ट होते हैं, भारत के खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट होते हैं, हमारी सरकार के खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट होते हैं। मैं वहां पर 9 दिन रहा, कम से कम मैंने 4 ऐसी वारदात खुद कवर की जहां पर हिंदुओं को टारगेट किया जा रहा है। कल एक और हिंदू की, एक व्यक्ति की वहां पर उनकी मौत हो गई, उन्हें मार दिया गया। ऐसे में अगर भारत अपने रिश्तों को नॉर्मल रखेगा, क्रिकेट जारी रहेगा, तो फिर कैसे चलेगा सर? मतलब कहीं ना कहीं फिर ये भी तो एक मैसेज जाता है ना कि हमें फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, बांग्लादेश कुछ भी करे, हमारी तरफ से कोई प्यूरिटिव एक्शन होगा ही नहीं।
नहीं, आपके विजिट के बाद जो आपके मन में इस तरह के विचार आए हैं, मेरे विचार उससे अलग नहीं है। ऐसे में ना क्रिकेट हो सकती है, ना संगीत हो सकता है, ना कला हो सकती है, ना जा साझा संस्कृति हो सकती है। आई एग्री विद यू। मेरा कहना यह है, एक तो मुझे अकेले शाहरुख खान को आइडेंटिफाई करके जिस तरह से उन पर हमला किया गया, एक तो मैं उसका पक्षधर नहीं हूँ। 55% की उनकी हिस्सेदारी है केकेआर में और 45% की जो है जूही चावला और जय मेहता की है। तो आप शाहरुख खान को भी 4 बात की है, 2 बात इनको भी कह दीजिए। ये जो सिंगल किया है शाहरुख खान को, एक तो मेरी वो पीड़ा है कि इस तरह से नहीं करना चाहिए। दूसरा, वहाँ पर बीसीसीआई ने जो फैसला लिया, मैं उसका विरोधी नहीं हूँ। मेरी इच्छा है कि क्रिकेट भी बहाल हो, संगीत भी बहाल, जो आज मेरे बस की नहीं है, ना भारत सरकार के बस की है। मैं भारत सरकार के रुख की और आपके मिजाज की, दोनों की इज्जत करते हुए कहना चाहता हूँ कि वर्तमान में जो फैसला लिया गया है वो उचित है, और ऐसे में आप समझौते की बात भी नहीं कर सकते। जो बताया आपने 9 दिन का अनुभव, इतना एंटी इंडिया माहौल है, ऐसे में क्रिकेट भी कैसे खेलेंगे? जब दिल नहीं मिल रहा तो हाथ भी कैसे मिलाएंगे? एक शायर का था कि दिल मिले ना मिले हाथ मिलाते रहिए, तो अब तो हाथ भी मिलने बंद हो गए हैं।
बिल्कुल।
तो मेरी इच्छा अभिलाषा है कि जी ऐसा दौर आए जैसा पहले था। बाबा फरीद की, ख्वाजा मोइनुद्दीन चिश्ती की, बुल्ले शाह की।
Sir, let me also bring in Shantanu Gupta. He's an author who's joining us at this moment on the broadcast. Shantanu, thanks for speaking to us. Let me ask you this. KC Tyagi ji, although he supports, he says that, at a time when, जैसे उन्होंने कहा, दिल नहीं मिल रहे तो हाथ मिलाने का क्या फायदा है? But it also is about dual standards, isn't it? I mean, only after outrage against Shah Rukh Khan, he was singled out. BCCI said, no, don't get Mustafizur in. But the Bangladesh team will come for the T20 World Cup. If India has to take a stand, then the stand has to be consistent, isn't it, Shantanu?
Exactly, the stand has to be consistent. And internationally, I was looking multiple example, Ankit, that such a stand was taken by many countries and many sports bodies. And the point in case is Russia and Ukraine war. Russia is banned from IOC, FIFA, UFE, Formula One, World Athletics, and Wimbledon also for the initial years, right? All this game, no Russian can participate, right? If I go back to Balkan Wars, 1992, UFA, FIFA banned the countries. South Africa for 30 years, till the time they were following apartheid, like the color differences, they were banned for 30 years for all the major sports, from IOC, Olympics, to FIFA, to ICC, to World Rugby, to Olympics. So it's not the first time. Sports is also a tool, because let's say in case of Pakistan, have you seen how Shahid Afridi, which is one of the national commentator, part of the selection team, he keeps making political comments. Right, so you can't keep cricket or any sport away from what's happening in your country.
We chose to play with Pakistan, despite the outrage. We chose to play with Pakistan.
And
BCCI ducked behind the whole argument that it is the ICC tournament. So is the T20 World Cup. It's the ICC tournament.
And that's why we have seen how the viewership of that particular match has reduced drastically, and the data came out, and a lot of us who support the government, who support BCCI in other cases, we all tweeted against it, and people were not for it. So you're right, these dual standard, if Shah Rukh Khan is not allowed, but he should not be, and see, he will be singled out. He's so famous that that's very obvious, right? No one even...
But KC Tyagi ji, then why not the other owners as well? There is a reason why Shah Rukh Khan का नाम लेकर अटैक्स वो में चावला, जय मेहता, वो भी उस टीम के ओनर हैं, उनको क्यों नहीं अटैक किया गया?
अंकित भाई, you do a normal survey within your own office, aware people that who is the owner of KKR. They also, half of the people don't even know the Juhi Chawla. So because he comes to the stadium, he's the one who is flamboyant, he's the one who's available. So people know that Shah Rukh Khan, KKR. People know that. So if they will...
But then, Shantanu bhai, फिर तो यही argument हो जाएगा ना, that the fact is that Shah Rukh Khan is a low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Easy target.
No, easy target needs available target, no target. Because if you take when KKR wins, you will rarely see Juhi Chawla in the stadium, right? When KKR wins, you rarely see the other owners on the field, right? Because Shah Rukh Khan is always available. People know that, right? In a lot of tweets, I have seen people tag Juhi Chawla and other handles also.
Let me get KC Tyagi साहब on this. KC Tyagi जी, on what you said, शांतनु बोल रहे हैं कि देखिए शाहरुख खान का नाम सबसे बड़ा है, तो फिर of course सबसे बड़ा फ्लैग भी उन्हीं को मिलेगा. उसमें हम क्यों ये मान के चल रहे हैं कि उनका रिलीजन को टारगेट किया जा रहा है? बिकॉज हिज नेम इज शाहरुख खान, ही इज द मोस्ट फेमस इन दैट टीम, दैट इज व्हाई ही इज बीइंग टैग्ड. ही आल्सो सेज कि बीसीसीआई का एक डुप्लेसी है कि भाई आप आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट के नाम पर तो खेलेंगे पर केकेआर को आईपीएल में नहीं खेलने देंगे मुस्तफिजुर को, वो ठीक बात नहीं है. आपको क्यों लगता है कि लिटिन दास को क्योंकि कैप्टन बना दिया, हिंदू हैं, तो ये तो सर एक इमोशनल वो है, तो इस वजह से थोड़ा रिश्ते नॉर्मलाइज हो जाने चाहिए?
देखिए, मैं हिंदुस्तान को पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश से भिन्न संस्कृति की, भिन्न परंपरा की, भिन्न रीति रिवाजों का मुल्क मानता हूँ। यहाँ प्रधानमंत्री पद से हटने के बाद फांसी पे नहीं लटकाए जाते, प्रधानमंत्री के बराबर वाली कुर्सी पे बैठते हैं, जो पाकिस्तान में नहीं बैठते। बांग्लादेश में जिस तरह की घटनाएं हो रही हैं, जो आउटगोइंग प्राइम मिनिस्टर है या आउटगोइंग प्रेसिडेंट है, उनके स्थान या तो जेल में या फांसी घर है। हिंदुस्तान में ऐसा नहीं है। हम हिंदुस्तान को बांग्लादेश और पाकिस्तान से हम मुकाबला नहीं कर सकते। हमारी जो डेमोक्रेसी है वो इतनी रिच है कि वहीं पर मिसेस गांधी बैठी हुई हैं, वहीं पर हमारे नेता नरेंद्र मोदी जी बैठे हुए हैं। हम उनसे इक्वेट नहीं कर सकते, नंबर एक। नंबर दो, जो KKR की टीम है, ये पूरे पता है, मेरे मित्र को पता है कि जूही चावला रहती है वहाँ पर। मैं जूही चावला के खिलाफ नहीं। और मेरा दूसरा एतराज़ ये है कि शांतनु जी विरोध कर सकते हैं, बीजेपी विरोध कर सकती है, इसमें साधु संतों को लाने की क्या जरूरत है? हम तो, अगर यही होगा तो बहुत सारे साधु संत ऐसे हैं जिनके डूबियस करैक्टर है, रेप के केस में जेल बंद है, राम रहीम से लेकर के और अहमदाबाद की जेल तक। फिर हम तो राजनीति को, धर्म को अलग रखो भाई।
You would like to respond to what KC Tyagi Saab is saying?
जिस तरह से
why make this a protest about religion? That's the problem. Religious gurus jumping in it. What is their role in these kind of things?
No. They have a perfect role, and they have a very important role. Because I write on Ramayana, whenever Darshan ji or Ram ji had any nitigat problem, any problem, they used to go to Rishi Vashishta and he has to get the solution. तो भारत में साधु संतों की सलाहों से देश चलता है, राम के राज्य में चलता है, तो आज भी चलना चाहिए, अच्छी बात है। See, when in Bangladesh and Pakistan, when the people are persecuted on the basis of the religion, वो इसलिए नहीं माने जा रहे कि उन्होंने कोई चोरी कर ली थी। They are persecuted because they were Hindus. And if anyone, I'm sure KC Tyagi जी भी वो वीडियो देखेंगे तो आंखें खोल के हम वीडियो देख भी नहीं पाते हैं जो बांग्लादेश के वीडियो आ रहे हैं, राइट? एंड द पर्सन वर persecuted based on the religion, तो रिलीजन के नाम पे होगा फिर। तो इसमें बहुत ऑब्वियस है, इसमें कोई 1+1 2 करना इज वेरी इजी इन देयर ना। तो मेरे ख्याल से I can't hide behind the truth.
I'm out of time on this, but it is a very, very important question that has been raised. It also has to be, and I personally believe, either keep sports completely out of politics, absolutely out of politics. And if you want to mix, then there has to be a single policy, whether it is ICC events, whether it is domestic cricket, whether it is any other event. There can't be dual standards, there can't be dual policy on matters like this. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time out, speaking to us here on NDTV. Thank you for your time. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back with much more on the other side. Stay tuned.
Mumbai are bringing our first India tour in your city. Rag on with Shankar Ehsan Loy and Siddharth Mahadevan and Shivam Mahadevan. 5 times melody, 5 times masti with NDTV Good Times. Go grab your tickets on Live Your City by Fever.
It is Asia's richest civic body. 2026 begins with Big Bang BMC Port. High-stakes Mumbai battle loading. Can BJP extend Maha-winning streak? Existential fight for the Sena. Can the Congress strike a comeback? Maha-civic body, massive implications. NDTV tracks the Maha build-up, battleground BMC.
Are you ready for the best show in town? NDTV Golf Pro-Am, we are coming to your city. Stay tuned.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions.
Expert advice.
The latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
This was one of the most magical, mystical performances we've seen.
This is like a shrine.
Coming and listening to you is like seeing a maestro perform at that shrine.
I think it was when he had sang himself for the longest Qawwali. Yes, that for me was special.
When the first claps came in, I think my only prayers was all of you should be healed. May God give you a lot of prosperity, health, love, long life.
I was mesmerized.
I think it is one of the most magical evenings that I've spent.
बहुत ही अच्छा.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, Rahman is unmatchable.
It connected me to some spirituality.
This is India for me. This is India. This India I grew up, and this India I'm seeing now. It will never change.
When you have somebody like A.R. Rahman, legend, maestro, I don't know which word should we choose. It was just a treat.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue,
Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan's bizarre comments once again have, in fact, made the politics of Maharashtra quite heated. In fact, he went on to say, after what happened in Venezuela, that, will the US, in fact, also come and kidnap India's Prime Minister? The former Chief Minister of Maharashtra making such bizarre comments have got very sharp reactions from political circles.
सवाल है कि क्या जो वेनेजुएला में हुआ इस तरह से कुछ होगा क्या भारत में हमारे प्रधानमंत्री को किडनैप करके ट्रम्प साहब ले जाएंगे क्या अब वही बात बची है बस
I don't know what was the point of making that question. Venezuela, India, two very different countries anyway. With that, let's begin to a short break, coming back with much more on the other side. Stay tuned.
Front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
so many attacks,
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break, live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
A very special moment for us as we announce NDTV Master Stroke, the NDTV Art Awards.
NDTV presents the Master Stroke Art Awards, an odyssey of creative brilliance where the masterpiece meets its ultimate recognition.
NDTV bringing this subject forward would have a great integrity of putting it forward where people could understand the importance of art.
This award that is being started, I'm sure is going to be amazing.
Art for India and for Indians is an expression of our Atmanirbharta.
It's actually quite a formidable jury, so I think we'll reveal a lot more as we go along.
This is an amazing platform, I think, today what you're doing.
Honoring the masters who define our creative landscape. Coming soon on the NDTV network.
from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground.
Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
They're now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad sahab, aise mat kijiye. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to do.
And for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude.
We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship.
The line of control, Shiv Arun, NDTV.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
Every winter, the World Economic Forum at Davos becomes the world's thinking room, where power, policy and purpose converge, where the future is examined and reimagined. In January 2026, NDTV will be at the heart of this conversation. NDTV Ignite at Davos, this January on the NDTV network.
Mumbai are bringing our first India.
Welcome back. Thalapathy Vijay's JNU has hit a major roadblock just days before its grand release on January 9th. With the film still awaiting a censor certificate, the Central Board for Film Certification has now informed the Madras High Court that the movie will be reviewed again, this time by a newly appointed committee. The makers of JNU had approached the court after the film failed to receive its censor certificate despite being submitted more than a month in advance. But on the other hand, this clash at the box office, which is also being seen as very crucial ahead of the elections in Tamil Nadu, the DMK's Parasakti is all set to clash if Vijay gets his JNU gets the censor certificate. The film will be released on January 10th, just a day after JNU. The stage is all set for a box office Pongal face-off at the silver screen in Tamil Nadu.
The DMK's one big political missile.
Are you behind this? Oh, gee, we are not behind this.
The film Parasakti, set to release on January 10th.
I need your orders.
Gearing up for a mega Pongal release, the Red Giant backed film clashes with Vijay's farewell movie, Jananayagan. A deliberately advanced release. and a very clear cinematic message. A plot layered with multiple messages, themes, and a clear political backdrop. Right from the title itself, DMK picking on the title of the old classic by its patriarch Karunanidhi, who wrote Parasakti in 1952. DMK is out with its own 2026 version, with the same title 7 decades later. Fronting actor Sivakarthikeyan, Tamil cinema and Thalapathy Vijay's heir, and even the message in the plot. The film is based on anti-Hindi imposition struggles in the 1960s.
अरे हिंदी में बोल मद्रासी मद्रासी दिल्ली आता मद्रासी हिंदी बोला हिंदी करर मद्रा आता हिंदी करर तमिल बोला.
Where Sivakarthikeyan, a local revolutionary with the alias Che, takes on the central government. A Pongal release with a deeply rooted ideological message, coming out a day after Vijay's big farewell spectacle. Parasakti has the makings of a true election-powering blockbuster.
தங்க இடம் நேரத்துக்கு சாப்பாடு போட்டுக்கு நல்ல துணி மணி கேப்பெல்லாம் காசு அதான் போராட்டம் பண்றது குண்டில கொழுப்பேறி போய் கிடக்கு.
Sriram Ganesh, NDTV, Bureau Report.
உங்க மக்களே உங்க மேல யுத்தம் நடத்துறாங்க. 1 கோடி பேருக்கு கேக்குற மாதிரி சுடுவோம். சத்தம் கேட்டு
It is Asia's richest civic body. 2026 begins with Big Bang BMC poll. High stakes Mumbai battle loading. Can BJP extend Maha winning streak? Existential fight for the Sena. Can the Congress strike a comeback? Maha civic body, massive implications. NDTV tracks the Maha build-up, battleground BMC.
Are you ready for the best show in town? NDTV Golf Showdown. We are coming to your city. Stay tuned.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions,
Expert advice. The latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
This was one of the most magical, mystical performances we've seen.
This is like a shrine.
Coming and listening to you is like seeing a maestro perform at that shrine.
I think it was when he had sang himself for the longest Qawwali. Yes, that for me was special.
When the first claps came in, I think my only prayers was all of you should be healed. May God give you a lot of prosperity, health, love, long life.
I was mesmerized.
I think it is one of the most magical evenings that I've spent.
बहुत ही अच्छा.
Beautiful.
oh my god, A.R. Rahman is unmatchable.
It connected me to some spirituality.
This is India for me. This is India. This India I grew up, and this India I'm seeing now. It'll never change.
when you have somebody like an A.R. Rahman, legend, maestro, I don't know which word should we choose. It was just a treat.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
A very special moment for us as we announce NDTV Master Stroke, the NDTV Art Awards.
NDTV presents the Masterstroke Art Awards, an odyssey of creative brilliance where the masterpiece meets its ultimate recognition.
NDTV bringing this subject forward would have a great integrity of putting it forward where people could understand the importance of art.
This award that is being started, I'm sure is going to be amazing.
Art for India and for Indians is an expression of our Atmanirbharta.
It's actually quite a formidable jury, so I think we'll reveal a lot more as we go along.
This is an amazing platform, I think, today what you're doing.
Honoring the masters who define our creative landscape. Coming soon on the NDTV network.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break.
Hello and welcome to the Southern View. Lots lined up over the next 60 minutes, including our special focus on the political fallout of the Tirupparangundram Deepam judgment today, and also on Siddaramaiah as he hits a milestone in Karnataka politics. But namaskaram, namaskara, baunara, nalar kingla as always. Let's first take you through the headlines we're tracking this hour. The BJP hits out at left-wing student groups after they raise anti-Modi and anti-government slogans during a gathering at the Jawaharlal Nehru University campus after India's top court denied bail to Omar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam in the Delhi riots case. Actor Vijay's Jananayagan faces trouble with the certification board. Producers moved the Madras High Court, which orders the certification board to respond by tomorrow. The board tells the court it'll have a new committee review the politically charged film set for a 9th January release. Vijay is also summoned by the CBI on the 12th of Jan in the Stampede case. 2.89 crore names deleted after the SIR exercise in Uttar Pradesh. The Congress calls it a murder of democracy. BJP hits back, says effort will improve the electoral process.
Well, first up this evening, the BJP and right-wing groups in Tamil Nadu have claimed a huge victory, and the DMK is preparing to move the apex court in challenge after the two-judge bench of the Madras High Court virtually confirmed the earlier single-judge, Justice Swaminathan's contentious order in the Tirupuram Kundram Deepam case. The two-judge bench ordered temple authorities to light the traditional Deepam at the contentious pillar on the hilltop near the Dargah, which the BJP and the original petitioner in the case assert is a Deepatun, and the state government argued is a survey pillar. The court ordered the lighting at the hilltop apart from the traditional spot where the Deepam has been lit for many decades. This is at another part of the hill where there is a temple. While ordering the ASI to preserve the monuments at the site, the court also dismissed as an imaginary ghost, quote unquote, the district administration's law and order apprehension in allowing the lighting at the hilltop. The state government has said it will challenge the order at the apex court. Let's not forget the huge political face-off over the issue, with the DMK even galvanizing opposition MPs and moving an impeachment motion against Justice Swaminathan, who gave the order allowing the lighting of the Deepam at the hilltop. There's also contempt of court proceedings against the district administration, which refused to abide by the single judge's order, and this order now sets the space for a clear movement in the case that could become a legally delicate issue for the state government. While the two-judge bench upholds the lighting at the hilltop, it only allows the temple authorities to do so and not the public. Let's listen in to the strong political reactions before we head to our first panel this evening on the political fallout of the order.
அதற்கான ஆதாரங்கள் இருக்கிறது என்பதை கண்டறிந்து அந்த ஆதாரங்களுடைய அடிப்படையிலே நாங்கள் இன்றைக்கு அனுமதி தருகிறோம் என்று சொல்ல வேண்டும். ஆனால் எந்த விதமான ஆதாரங்களும் கிடையாது. இன்றைக்கு பெருந்தலைவர் காமராஜர் தாக்கல் செய்ய இருக்கிறது. பொதுவாகவே ஒரு இடத்திலே ஒரு சம்பவம் நடக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், அந்த தீபத்தூணிலே தீபம் ஏற்ற வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், நீதி அரசர்கள் இதற்கு முன்னாலே அங்கே தீபம் ஏற்றி இருக்கிறார்கள். அதற்கான ஆதாரங்கள் இருக்கிறது என்பதை கண்டறிந்து அந்த ஆதாரங்களுடைய அடிப்படையிலே நாங்கள் இன்றைக்கு அனுமதி தருகிறோம் என்று சொல்ல வேண்டும். ஆனால் எந்த விதமான ஆதாரங்களும் கிடையாது. இன்றைக்கு பெருந்தலைவர் காமராஜர் தாக்கல் செய்ய இருக்கிறது. பொதுவாகவே ஒரு இடத்திலே ஒரு சம்பவம் நடக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், அந்த தீபத்தூணிலே தீபம் ஏற்ற வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், நீதி அரசர்கள் இதற்கு முன்னாலே அங்கே தீபம்
This is not a political issue for the Bharatiya Janata Party or for the NDA. This is a matter of upholding high constitutional principles. It is a matter of respect for different religions and the secular fabric of India, which respects all religions. It is a fight against the appeasement politics that the India Alliance, that the Congress, that the DMK have for years followed to divide Indian society, to divide the people of India on the basis of caste, creed, religion, language. This mindset of the DMK and the Congress of dividing society, this mindset of becoming anti-Hindu to further their appeasement politics, this approach of the India Alliance of the Congress to attack constitutional authorities, whether it is the judge who gave an order, file an impeachment motion. If the Election Commission is carrying out its duties to have a clean and correct electoral roll, threaten them with action. When a media person asks an innocent question to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he alleges you are an agent of the BJP. Even you are not left. You are an equally important constitutional power, upholder of the Constitution. You uphold high standards that this nation is proud of. And therefore, whether the judiciary, whether other constitutional authorities or the press, all of you are victims of the high-handed behavior of the Congress party and the India Alliance?
God's order has given a slap the base of NK7 and DMK. DMK, which made big propaganda about secular principles, social justice and equality, now stands in show. It is DMK who wanted to play the religion card for vote bank politics in terms of elections. While it is very clear and evident, none of the persons or any citizen from Tamil Nadu has got any issues with respect to Tirupparamkundram. It is the DMK who took a